Hey everyone, so A Fall from Grace is a Netflix movie that came out in January of 2020. Finally got around to watching it. Like most movie critics on YouTube, I go to the movies at least 2 to 4 times a week, but obviously with this whole virus going around, that's not the case anymore. So I have to find other movies to review. And A Fall from Grace is a movie that's been on my list for a couple months, but again, with going to the movies so much, and then also doing ranking lists and trying to watch those movies as well as rewatching movies I like. Some movies kind of get slipped under the cracks, and this was one of those movies. But now that I have that allotted Thursday time slot open now, I can watch movies like this now. So, with all that exposition aside, let's get into it. Fall from Grace is about a woman who recently is divorced. Now, the thing is, after her ex husband cheated on her, she's obviously not very happy. She's feeling very depressed and down on her luck. However, she meets someone that is really brightening up her life. And by this romance, she in turn is really in tune with herself. But keep in mind, this is a movie, so, obviously there is some drama, and things start going downhill after this. Again, as you guys know, I'm not a big Tyler Perry fan. If you've been following my channel for a while, you guys know this. I haven't been impressed with any of his works. However, the reason why I always watch his movies is because I am impressed. Like, this is a director that's not good. By all means, in my opinion, he's not good at a director. But he's a brilliant businessman. Like, you can't help but look at his business model and say, wow, that's impressive. Because he'll put a couple $1,000,000 towards a movie, and he'll make it back opening weekend and then make even more money. It's really impressive. Reminds me, honestly, of Blumhouse, except Tyler Perry's been doing it longer, I believe. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure he's been doing it longer. So, it's impressive, and also he has like an audience, so I get it. I just want to say this though, even with that being said, respecting all his hustle and everything, this movie has an outburst of violence that happens towards the end of the second act, and I kind of wish that the entire movie had scenes like that because this movie is terrible, but it has that sudden outburst of violence that I think is just really hilarious and at the same time just so entertaining. I don't even know how to describe the act of violence because I don't want to spoil anything, but when it happened, I was like, Tyler Perry, do more scenes like this. Please, please do more scenes like that. But a minute scene's not going to save a 2 hour movie, at least in my opinion. Because Tyler Perry's directing this movie, just like most of his other directorial efforts, it's just very fuzzy. Like, you get where he's trying to come from, but at the same time, it's very questionable with the messages and the themes that he's trying to bring across. Like, I don't know, me personally, with the whole idea of basically a woman needing a man to like rejuvenate her life, I don't know, especially in 2020, that seems like something that really shouldn't be like a main plot point, but alas, here we are. Again, that's just my opinion though. The other thing is that you have characters that, and again, I know I've been saying this a lot lately, don't blame me, blame the movies that have been coming out the last couple months. Characters do things in this movie that just feel so out of character with a little bit of characterization that's given. It's stuff like that that really frustrates me, and it happens a lot in this movie, especially as the film progresses into the final act. During that final act, there's just certain scenes that really don't feel organic. It feels very meshed together in a way that doesn't feel earned. And the other thing is that from a filmmaking perspective, it's not just the directing, the story, and the characterization that's problematic. It's also the fact that this movie isn't paced well. You have scenes that are structured into other scenes that don't fully mesh well with it. And also, I don't know why, but I really do think the cinematography wasn't that good. It was nice to see it in 4K for sure, on my TV, but it still didn't look as good as like other bigger movies do. And I don't know, it could just be like my expectations of like Netflix 4K movies, what they usually look like. But I just didn't really think it was up to snuff to like standards of 4K movies on Netflix. The other thing I want to mention is the music choices. I really do honestly believe the music choices felt very mixed. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Mostly it didn't though. And also, as I mentioned, like the story, it just feels outdated already. But more importantly, and this is where, if you're still watching my review, this is where some people are going to shut off. Some people are going to be like, yeah, I agree. This is a movie that if you like Hallmark movies or really sappy, bad romantic dramas, schlock, this is your movie. This is a movie that you can get on a board. Or if you've never seen a thriller in your life, this is a movie you can get on board. If you've seen a lot of movies, you're able to pinpoint and notice everything about this movie that's wrong, and such as myself. And if you've seen, again, a thriller before, you're not going to find this movie thrilling. And on top of that, you're just going to see with how it's very cheap with what it's trying to accomplish. I just think it's really a movie that, again, if you like Hallmark movies or movies that really aren't good, this is your type of movie. The filmmaking isn't there. Entertainment value arguably isn't there as well. And rewatchability value certainly isn't there. And that's my criteria. So, again, if that's your thing, that's okay. Me personally, I need a little bit of something to a movie, and this movie just wasn't able to provide that. So I can't even say I was disappointed by this movie, but I also can't say that it's like Acrimony bad. Like Acrimony, I hated personally. Is this movie problematic? Sure, it has its issues, but it's not to the point of Acrimony, in my opinion. Close, but no cigar. So for me personally, A Fall from Grace, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 star rating. So, yeah, I didn't like this movie. But guys, A Fall from Grace, if you've managed to see it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, we're not going to talk about this movie's themes. Let me know your thoughts, though, guys, in the comment section below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.